Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to G Bear's Off-Grid Ways, a homestead in the desert. And yep, I'm inside the Garden of Eden. And look at all my plants looking nice and happy here. Well, I didn't shoot a video yesterday because by the time I was ready, it was too cold and windy outside. We had like 28-mile-an-hour winds yesterday, and it got down cold. It was 45 degrees when I woke up this morning. I said, to heck with that, and I got back in bed and I slept until it was 55 degrees. It's not much over that now. It's only about 60 out here. But I just had to come in and water everything in the garden because the rains that they said were coming never got here. Of course, they didn't say any rain was scheduled for today. But look at the rain cloud right above me, and some more over in that direction. Strange. Weather guessers got it wrong. It did rain east of here yesterday, but not here. So anyway, my broccoli and my kale, everything is looking nice. I got some cabbage over there. And I was just thinking, well, with all this extra kale I got, I think I better make some caldine. And what's caldine? Well, that's Portuguese kale soup. And we use pork meat in there, and linguiça, Portuguese sausage, and potatoes and beans, and just totally delicious. And it's a great hearty meal for this time of year when it starts getting cooler. I'll be picking some pears here pretty soon. And these are Bartlett's. My quince here is bigger than the Bartlett's, and you can see where the grasshoppers had gotten into it. So I've actually never eaten quince fruit, so I may take that off of there when it's time to harvest and boil it up and see what it tastes like, and I'll let you know. So anyway, yeah, I got some pears here, some apples down here. Those are the Fujis that are not ripe yet, but they're just starting to turn red now. This is a Gala that's got its redness to it, and this is the time of year when I pick Gala anyway, so I will probably pick that next week. We're supposed to get a warm up again back next week, so I gotta watch the weather and see if I can get some grafting in here before the end of the year and have them ready to sprout in the springtime. So my apricot tree here, I had to stake it back there because it was intruding into the walkway here and I couldn't get through. I don't have to worry about pruning it back or anything because sooner or later this screen is coming out of here and be moved over to that far wall, and I'll be able to just walk around it as it grows. I just ate some of the last grapes that were on here. There's a couple more on this one stem here that need to ripen yet, but that's about it for the grapevines. Got a lot of grapes off of it this year, and there's still a lot of green leaves on here. I'm gonna have to, anybody out there has any good recipe for grape leaves, send it to me. Be glad to check it out. I'm not a big fan of eating grape leaves. I got a couple of cucumbers on that plant over there, and I've cleaned up some of the other stuff. These little corn here with the baby sprouts on them that bolted during the heat wave, I just toss those into the chickens. They love them. They make it, the whole thing disappear, roots and all. I've got to pull up all my stakes here and get those all disassembled and put away for the winter. And I'm going to throw some cilantro seeds in this area here and see if I get a little bit of cilantro going for the fall before the winter hits. I got a lot of tomatoes on the tomato plants. They're everywhere. I mean, I had to lift these up. I've got to do some pruning in here, get some of the dead leaves off and throw those away. And I got more tomatoes down in here. I got one going orange on me right there. I got tomatoes all through here, over there, and just still flowering. And it's October. It is October. I know somebody who has a birthday this month, but he refuses to get older. My aloe vera is doing really well. Carrots are ready, almost ready for harvest. A little late this year because of the damage from the grasshoppers and then the moths and all of that stuff. Yeah, I got to get in here and tie up these tomato plants. My rosemary's doing just fine. And my oregano and my aloe vera over here has a couple of little babies popping up on the side there. I'm going to separate those out and pot them. And when I get a bunch of them going in a pot, then I'll set a little stand up down the road and see if I can't sell some off. Yeah, there's tomatoes all through here, but these need to get up off the ground. See what I mean? This is all on that same tomato plant, and they're just laying down. They need to be up where they can get some airflow and get some sun to them. So I think as soon as I'm done with this video, I will tend to those. Of course, these cheap plastic coated metal rods I got from Home Depot are just worthless, totally worthless. They just bend over under the weight. So I think what I'm going to do is tie a piece of wire to the tops of them, put a screw in that board right there, and stretch them over and pull them back into place where they belong. This non-producing pear tree, I've been grafting on it. This is what I can't seem to read what that says right there. Anybody out there read what it says? It's gotten sun faded. Anyway, that's an apple graft on there. That's doing really well. This is an apple graft right here. And yeah, I plucked the tops on those, get them to start spreading out. And I'll be cutting off this branch. I tried a graft here. Looks like that one failed. This paraffin tape is not really the best for it, but I tried it. Now this one was a pear graft, and it seems like it's still got some flex in it, but it looks like it's failing, and I'm getting a little diseased here on the edge of the tree, so I might have to do some repairs to the tree. I'll do a bridge graft between here and here to carry the sap over that damaged area. That's probably why this one is failing, is because it's right in the middle of that that disease. And this one, this sucker sprout, I'll be cutting that off right here, and that'll be a place where I'll graft 2 or 3. I'll do 2 or 3 bark grafts on the top of that, and see if I can't get that to grow. I might cut it down lower, maybe down here too, and get rid of that. That sucker there will come off. And I got to do some pruning on this, but it's just not time to do it, because if the cold comes, the exposed areas could get a disease or damage. So I've got to wait until springtime and just let this thing go and grow. I've got a couple other apple grafts on this tree that let's see, that one looks like it might have failed, but my apple trees over here are really doing well. I say trees, it's this one and that one Fuji over there that I planted from seed. And this one's like a 3-year-old graft that I did a multi-graft on. And I got these from Home Depot after their season. They were on the ground and they were cleaning up. And I says, hey, can I grab some of those tags? I do grafting. And they said, yeah, go ahead. We just have to sweep them up and throw them in the dumpster anyway. So I picked up what I could find. And a few of them were some of the brands I had on here. So they worked out. But yeah, this one should produce some small fruit coming up this coming year. But I've got to prune it back because I got some crossing branches like this one right here. That's not a good way to grow. It's going to the center here. It's not going to let air flow through the center of the tree. So that one will come off and become a graft scion. And this one, probably the same. That'll come off and become a graft scion. And this is Fuji apple, so these are real prolific. They like to grow nice, fast, and heartily. My Red Delicious here doesn't have enough branches on it to remove anything as of right now, so I'll let that one go a little while longer. And this is a sucker coming off the rootstock, and I'm not sure what it is, but I'm thinking I might let it grow and see what comes off of it. Even if it's crab apple, I can throw the crab apples in for the chickens. They'll have fun with them. So that's that. I did do a pear graft on here last year, but I think that's it right there. I think this is the pear graft right here. Looks like it. Again, let's see what it says. Yeah, I think that's the Bartlett pear. So that one definitely took. So I'll be getting pear on here this coming year also. So I'll have 6 different apples and a pear growing on this one tree. Nice. And yeah, I'll spread it out and stake it out and tie it down and prune it and have it going just fine. A quick look in here. This is my Fuji apple from seed. My fig tree, and it's growing figs again. It's got 3 figs on it right there. So getting cold though. I don't know if those figs will mature fast enough to beat the cold. And I've got to do something about covering up these missing panels up here before the winter comes through. All right, I'm going a little long here, so I'm going to cut this one off. That peach tree there is, I'm getting suckers off the rootstock, but the top of it seems to be going off, so I may have to cut that back and do a graft on it. I've got another peach tree over in the corner over there that I can take a scion off. All right, so I'm going to let this one go and get it uploaded. We'll see how this one does. I know it started out with the updates that they sent me last time. It started out for the first 5 minutes, it was buffering. And then all of a sudden that stopped and it posted just fine. So hopefully they've sent me something to fix the problem. And the situation will be over with. And I'm going to get my rototiller out and rototill this whole area in here. And get it ready for setting some 4x4s for where I'm going to be setting my raised beds, so I can get that done. And I don't think I'm going to make the raised beds as tall as this one. I'm going to make them a little shorter. I think I can take some of those big metal, corrugated metal panels and just cut them right down the center, and they'll be tall enough to do raised beds in here. And if I get this rototilled and throw some organics in with it, that'll let the roots of my plants get down deeper. Of course, that might bring in tunnelers, critters. So something to think about. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Don't forget your thumbs ups. Don't forget to share and subscribe. Also, I got a request to put the my PayPal address in the description for any of you that would like to help donate towards helping with the dogs and that kind of stuff. I really appreciate it. Marilyn from 29 Palms has been really been a sweetheart, helping out with food. But these are tough times right now for me, and without getting into my whole personal life about it, it's been really tough, and I'm just hanging on. I'm just holding on my fingernails and hoping that I don't fall. So I appreciate any help you guys can send. Whatever, I appreciate it very, very, very deeply. Thank you. This is G Bear signing off.